Hello everyone, I'm Jessicat, and welcome back to the Mountain Queen world for another episode of what I think I'm going to call something along the lines of Uncut Ramblings. Um, and yeah, I'm assuming that if you are here, you enjoyed the first episode, or maybe you're curious about what this series is about. This series is a series where I do as little editing as possible and basically just talk throughout the whole video about things that I care about. And that's to save me time editing because now that I'm in college, I don't have much time to make videos anymore. And it's also to, keep providing you with content and start a new series, hopefully one that's interesting to you as well as to me. So I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, let's get started. By the way, you'll notice that I'm still wearing my August skin, and yeah, technically I should probably be wearing the September one now, because by the time you're watching this, it's not gonna be August anymore. But it is August while I'm recording this, so that's why I've got that on, in case you're wondering. Oh, I'm just gonna head over here and check in on this real quick. I built this off camera. It's a little like it's not a chicken coop. It's really not fair to call it a chicken coop. It's just a little dirt box where I keep chickens because I've got a plan for a project involving chickens. So I need a lot of them. So I'm breeding them up here. Well, really, I just need a lot of eggs, and it's kind of dumb that I keep using my eggs. But eventually, I will stop using eggs and just wait. Okay. There we go. Can I just not reach you guys or what? Okay, there we go. There we go. Alright. So, yeah, those are gonna breed. I'm gonna leave the seeds here so I can breed more next time. I have some stuff that I need to drop off in a furnace, and then today's project, while I talk, is going to be trying to get the beginnings of a turtle shell helmet. I don't think I'm going to be able to get myself a whole helmet today. That takes a long time, getting a turtle shell helmet, but I think I'll be able to get like a good amount done, assuming I find a place with a decent amount of turtles, which is a big assumption to make, obviously, because I did find some over there, but there's not enough turtles over there. Oh, and sorry, I should really turn off the subtitles. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm so sorry. You've probably noticed that the subtitles are left on in a lot of videos. I don't do it on purpose, I promise. I like to play with subtitles on sometimes because I like to play while I'm like, I don't know, listening to podcasts or talking to someone, so I don't always have headphones plugged in, so I like to play with subtitles on when I don't, and then I forget and I leave them on during videos, and then I feel bad about it when I notice. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. Today, I wanted to talk about the concept of the phrase brothers and sisters being used to refer to people who are not, biologically your siblings. And this is something that I've only really, noticed recently. Like, I've heard it before, but I've never really paid attention to it until, I suppose, a few weeks ago. And it's kind of caught my attention multiple times in, I think, mainly podcast episodes. I can't really think of any other places where I've heard it, but I've heard people saying it in podcast episodes. I've heard a lot of Christians saying it, especially, and I'm not saying that that makes Christians, different. I think it's probably a more common phrase to use in a Christian background. The idea that everyone's your brother or your sister or your sibling for non-binary people. And I think it's a really powerful idea, and I kind of want to explain why that is. Do you have an egg for me? You do not appear to have an egg for me. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, pumpkins! I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. I should not be getting distracted. I've got a very important topic to talk about here. Focus, Jessica. Okay, we're slowly winding our way through to a place that I think has turtles, by the way. There's a little island over here in the middle of the ocean that should have some turtles for us, but that's just a blind guess, honestly. I'm really hoping I'm heading in the right direction, but I'm not entirely sure, so we'll see where we end up. But anyway, so yeah, I've heard the phrase brothers and sisters used for pretty much anyone in some podcast episodes I've been listening to recently, and I thought it was a really interesting way of talking about even people who aren't necessarily in the same group as you in any sense. I've heard people refer to people in a different political party as my Republican brothers and sisters or my liberal brothers and sisters, and I think that's such a cool way to put it, because I think it's really important that we realize that people, even people we disagree with fundamentally, are still human, and they're still worth considering as human. They're still worth empathizing with or sympathizing with, and they're still worth listening to. And I see so much negative thinking, negativity on the internet, but also in real life these days. I feel like there's a lot of, finger pointing and people talking about, oh, these people are awful, these people are everything that's wrong with the world, and we'd all be better off if they would just leave or die or whatever. And, as much as there can be some people with harmful views, oh dear, that's a problem, isn't it? What the heck just happened there? I think the world is having some trouble. Sorry about that. But anyway, we found turtles, which is nice. And a lot of them too, which means we can get to breeding. But, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've heard it too. If you've been on the internet for long enough, or even in real life for long enough, you hear all these people going, these people are horrible and they need to stop doing what they're doing. And, I mean, yes, it's entirely true that some people have very harmful viewpoints. I'm not going to argue with that. But I think that it's really important to realize, hey, we've got some eggs. It's really important to realize that even those people are still people. And, well, there's this common assumption that people, that everyone you meet kind of has had the same information as you, the same sort of, how should I say this? Same sort of, upbringing feels like the wrong term to use, but the same sort of background, I guess. Yes, background is the word I'm looking for. The same sort of background as you. And that's really not true, and I feel like that's an important realization to have, because, we're talking to all these people, and we assume that, like, oh, this person knows the same things I do, and they just believe the wrong thing because they're idiots, or I don't think we're necessarily that harsh, but I think we have this underlying feeling that this person just doesn't realize what they're doing, and that's why they think this way. They don't realize the harmful implications of what they think, or they don't realize the faulty assumptions they're making, something along those lines. And gosh, I've completely forgotten what I was trying to craft. Oh, I've just remembered. Okay, good. And I think that it's important to realize that a person forms their opinion based in large part upon what they've been taught, what they've learned over the years that they've been alive, and it takes a lifetime to form those opinions, and you have also spent a lifetime forming your opinions. However long your life has been, you have spent a very long time forming your opinions of how the world should be and how the world is. In fact, you have a very different opinion of how the world is as well. And I mean, it seems really obvious to say it out loud, but it's true that not everyone has the same experience you do. And yeah, again, that seems like a really obvious thing to say. Like, yes, okay, we all know that. We've all been taught from birth, basically, that we're all unique, we're all special, we're all individuals. But I'm talking about more than that. I'm not just saying we're all unique. I'm saying we all have radically different places that we come from. We all have radically different people who showed us, who taught us how we should see the world. And oh no. Okay, I need to be more careful here. I thought it was just jumping on those that would, well, now I've broken an egg. Shoot. Okay. But, oh, do I have a bed? I don't have a bed. That's a problem. That's like a big problem. I'm trying to protect these eggs, by the way, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, but I don't think I'm doing a very good job. But yeah, the thing is, people, if you had been brought up the same way a person who believes something completely different from you that you think is totally wrong was brought up, you would believe the same thing, and I firmly believe that. I don't think there's any sort of inherent quality in people that that makes it so that some people believe stupid things and other people believe smart things. I really just think it depends entirely on what they were exposed to. And we shouldn't just go thinking that everyone who believes things that seem stupid is stupid, because that's really not how it works. And I mean, again, it seems obvious, right? It seems like I'm just preaching something that really should be self-evident, but I think it takes a while to really process the implications of what I'm saying, and I don't think I've processed them completely either yet. I'm still realizing ways in which I'm not taking this thought into account, because I don't quite, I still think, like, I still catch myself thinking occasionally, like, wow, this person is such a crazy idiot. Do they not see what's going on here? And it's like, well, no, they don't really see things the way I do, because they just never have seen things the way I do. And the person you are thinking that about is probably thinking the same thing about you. And there's a chance that they're right. And that's a tough thing to say, and a tough thing to believe, I'm sure. It's a weird thing to believe and to say. And it's hard to go. There are people who believe these things that are so counter to the fundamental things that I believe, and yet they could be right. But I do think that to some extent it's worth listening to what those people have to say. Looking for sheep, by the way, so I can sleep through the night. But then again, I don't need to sleep through the night right away. I just slept. But it would be good to be safe from the phantoms by sleeping every other day or something like that. Are you? No, you're not going to give me all the wool I need. Of course you're not. Why would you? There's another one. Sorry. Oh, well, you're going to give me all the wool. Okay, cool. So, I hear a zombie and a spider. I don't see any, though, so I'm going to assume they're underground? I don't know. Oh, I should really light up the little sandy beach area. But so coming back to brothers and sisters, right? Coming back to siblings, the idea that everyone's your sibling is such a powerful one, I think, because it really ties into that concept of respecting the fact that not everyone thinks the same way as you, because not everyone has been told the same things as you. Not everyone understands the same things as you, and you don't understand the same things as everyone else. It goes both ways. So I think calling people brother and sister means we're all human. We all deserve to be seen as human, and we all deserve to be spoken to as if we're human and spoken about as if we're human, regardless of what we say or what we believe. And I say this not only because it's, it's important to be decent to each other, but I say this also because it's really inefficient to not act that way. When somebody... Okay, whichever political side you're on, if you're on a political side, and if you're not on a political side, if you don't really care about politics, then think about something else where there are two sides. Maybe a debate you've had with your family or with a friend, or any sort of argument or any really sort of belief anywhere. Think about something related to Minecraft if you want, like whether the Phantom should have been voted in as the new mob, or the little snappy jungle creature that could have removed some enchantments from items or something should have been added. Think about that. Think about where you stand on any issue, and think about how you feel, or how you would feel if somebody who disagreed with you on that issue insulted you and said, "You're an idiot for believing this." You would just completely discount their opinion, right? You'd go, well, this person clearly does not know anything about me or what I think, and I'm not going to listen to them because they don't have anything useful to say. And that's really what insulting people and ignoring people like this leads us to, is to them doing the same thing to us. It just leads to this cycle of people being mean to each other and no progress being made ever. If you want to convince someone of your opinion, you're never going to do it by, calling them an idiot. You're never going to get anywhere by insulting the other side, no matter how well-intentioned you may be, no matter how important you may think the issue you are addressing is. You're never going to get anywhere if you say, this person's an idiot and they need to get out of my life. I mean, sure, that might make you a little bit happier, but it sure won't help with whatever issue you're having an issue with. That sentence sounds odd and redundant, and I don't think I said it right, but I think you see what I mean. And so I think that's an important part of it as well, is we need to realize that it's really counterproductive to act that way, and it's really not going to get you anywhere. Even if you feel like it needs to be said, it's not going to get you anywhere. So really, the best thing to do is to address someone you disagree with respect, and I think that's a really, hard thing to do, because, of course, if there's someone you fundamentally disagree on, it's going to be hard, but the important thing is to see them as human and recognize that they don't know the same things you do. Maybe you can enlighten them if you are able to have a conversation with them, but that conversation starts with respect, and it starts with love, and it starts with a mutual understanding that we come from different places and we know different things, and we can both share knowledge with each other. And if you want to have a discussion with someone, be open to them changing your mind as well as you changing their mind, because, of course, we have to, it has to go both ways. You can't want to change someone else's mind without being willing to change yours. So I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say. I don't know how long I've been rambling for, but we have a lot of turtle eggs here, and I'm inclined to stick around for a while and watch after them, but without much more to say on this subject, I feel like I shouldn't just sit around not saying anything. So, I don't know, I might just wrap this video up here, but yeah, I think we'll probably spend 1 or 2 more episodes here waiting for the eggs to hatch and waiting for the baby turtles. Oh, are you laying eggs over there, my friend? You're not supposed to do that. Your eggs aren't gonna be safe. This turtle is not gonna have some very successful eggs. I think I should turn this into a metaphor. This turtle, if you have a strong opinion on something, that strong opinion is like an egg, and you should not lay that egg outside the wall symbolizing kindness and respect. Because if you lay your egg outside of the wall, there's a good chance it will just be crushed by zombies that have just been brainwashed into thinking that your side is wrong and not worth listening to. You should lay your eggs inside the wall of kindness and mutual respect, so that the eggs will be protected and turn into beautiful little baby turtles. I think that's a decent metaphor, and with that, before I make a fool of myself, we're going to wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope my ramblings were not too incoherent. I hope I made you think. I hope maybe you agree with me a little bit. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think of this episode. Let me know if you like it by leaving a like, please, because I don't know if this is a good series for me to do or not, but I'm really enjoying it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!